Hello and welcome to On the Wrist. Today we take a look at my newest watch, the San Martin SN0134-01. I was browsing their website and I saw this new watch, which the visual design, the purple color, the green text, the automatic GMT movement, and the sandwich dial for only $238 US caught my attention. This video is a full review of the watch and will answer the question, is it worth it? So without further ado, let's get right into it. So starting off with the brand, San Martin is based out of China. I've handled watches from similar brands like Pagani Design before, but San Martin was a slightly higher price point and I've never actually handled one of their watches. What drew me to the brand was I saw a posting for this watch, one of their original designs, and I couldn't help but get caught up in the idea of having a purple watch. When I looked a little further into it, despite being located in China, they are using high quality materials like a sapphire crystal, sapphire bezel inserts, Seiko movements, and they do not only the homage pieces, which are sort of look-alike pieces to famous watches, but they also have these unique designs, which I actually really enjoy. So this will be my first time handling a San Martin watch, and my first impressions are very positive. If we take a look at the design details of this watch in particular, the first thing that drew me to this was, of course, the purple color. It's not very often you get purple in a watch, and I couldn't help but fall in love with this really dark shade of purple that kind of shifts to a darker black on the outer edge of the bezel. And I love the green pop of the GMT text as well as the GMT hand. The dial has this nice texture to it, and one thing I really like is the sandwich dial. For those who don't know, a sandwich dial is when there are separate physical layers of the dial. What this means is, where the indices are, the hour markers, is that they're actually cut out of the top layer of the dial, so there's a hole cut through the dial, and there's a separate physical layer below them. This makes for some really great depth, and because the bottom layer is entirely loomed, it stands out so nicely in the dark. Additionally, I loved the sort of tubular bezel, the very rounded sapphire bezel, because it looks very different than ceramic or aluminum bezels and adds a fun look to this watch. With all these elements combined, it really is a nice looking, unique piece. Additionally, I really liked the look of these, almost looks like felt leather straps. They're really quite thick. I love the light color stitching on them. They also have the quick release, and I thought paired with the purple dial, purple elements on the bezel, it was a really fun way to wear a very colorful watch, and for only $238 US, not really breaking the bank. What also comes with this watch is this really quite nice travel case. I love when watch brands give you something that's actually useful to carry your watch around and something you'd want to keep. Additionally, it comes with a pretty nice spring bar tool, and then it also comes with a little hang tag. Let's talk technical specs. So the technical specs will pull up on the left. The diameter is 40 millimeters with a lug tip to lug tip of 48.7, and the thickness is 13.4 millimeters. The lug width is 20 millimeters, and the case is 316L stainless steel. The crystal is a sapphire with anti-reflective coating, and the bezel is also sapphire. The water resistance is 200 meters. The movement is the NH34 automatic GMT movement, and there's very nice lume on the hands, indices, and the bezel. Let's get a couple shots on the wrist. Here we have it on my 7.5 inch wrist. While 40 millimeters is on the lower end of the size I've been enjoying lately, I think this one fits beautifully. The color pops so nicely, and it's just so eye-catching, and I love that green splash of color on the GMT hand, which makes it so easy to read. And as I said, I have a 7.5 inch wrist, so you'll notice on the strap I'm on the second to last hole. So if you have an 8 inch wrist, this might be just at the edge of what fits, but plenty of space for someone with a smaller wrist. Here I have a second perspective on the size, so you can see I think it fits nicely on my wrist, and it's so eye-catching from far away with that purple color. Let's talk MSRP and value. So MSRP on the San Martin official website is $384 US, but it's on sale right now for $238. I do notice that a lot of their watches are always on sale, so for the sake of argument, I'm going to say that $238 is their normal selling price. Even at $384, I do think this stacks up against some other brands, like I would say Islander watches, who I'm a big fan of in the affordable space. I think getting an automatic GMT movement sapphire crystal, a unique design like this, and the build quality just feels great on this watch, For even $384, this is a good deal. Now for $238, this is really excellent. I think I can't really fault it for anything at this price point, and I've been loving this unique design. I do wish there was a bracelet available. Their website shows some images with it on a bracelet, but it doesn't look like you can order it right now. There are also 2 other color variants, a sort of dune color and a green, and both have the same style that I really like out of this watch and would be excellent options. Now, if I compare this to a Pagani design, for example, I think the San Martin feels like a little better quality. It'll just be up to you as a purchaser whether you want to pay a little more for San Martin, or if you want to go with Pagani design, who's also quite excellent. But I do think this San Martin is a little more interesting and feels a little nicer than my experiences with Pagani design. And I think in conclusion, I really am enjoying wearing this watch. I got a lot of compliments on it. A lot of my watch friends are marveling at how cheap it was, yet it's still really high quality. So I've been enjoying wearing this. And the answer to the question is yes, it is worth it. And I definitely will be checking out San Martin more in the future. But let me know down in the comments below, what do you guys think about this watch? Do you like the color? Do you have any experience with San Martin? I'd love to hear what you have to say. That's all for me today. This has been On The Wrist. Thank you for watching.